Let's get start demo first. So this is same series of Fluent UI with card operation. So now in this session we'll implement this, insert and update together. So for example, once I add a new block, for example Fluent UI, and just for example Fluent UI, and for example some few descriptions, and I need to put some images and just create it. So it's getting the created. Okay, and go back. Once you get back, you need to see this is a new edit over here. And once it's edit, I want to update, so click on edit, and same component we have to reuse as well. So update with Fluent UI with Blazor, and description with more description, and image book would be same. So once it's done, update. Okay, go back here. Now see, once I change, it has got change with this here. So this will implement in this session. So let's get the start implementation. So before implementation, I'm especially recommend to you uh, go to my channel, so that you can just whatever we have done in previously, like how to bind the data grid, and how we create that reusable component, and how we can uh, existing application in Blazor, how we can add on our Fluent UI reference and dependencies and packages, so that you can check it. Go to my .NET real world examples, that Fluent UI Blazor .NET 8 with data grid, how we can implement that. This is the first session of this series, and also you can check like what is that Fluent UI, so that also before proceeding this video, you have to watch these two sessions. So let's get start. First, open my whatever previously I just created. So take this same example, you can check out this example in my GitHub link. So take it over there, and this is same example. So first what I need to do, let me run and show you what we have right now. So now we have nothing, just we have just created a grid. So there is an add button also missing, we have to add this add button, and also this edit implementation we have to do that. But as of now, see, is nothing, just information. So let's add a new component over here first. So go to your components, let me add a one add component first. So create a razor component, or add blog component, add over here. So first what I need to do, I need to create a one button, right? A button controller. So button component actually here. So what I need to do, I need to a button, so I will use that Fluent UI button. So before that, first while what I will do, I will use a Fluent stack, and then close that Fluent stack over here, and inside this Fluent stack I will use button. So it is very simple, as before we use already. So this is that button, Fluent UI button, and appearance, or what kind of appearance you want. So you can various type of appearance you can use it. And now here I just add one click event. Okay, callback event. So I just use that on click event, and as of now we have not implement, but yeah, we'll implement this create block as well. And I just specify icons. So it is very simple, whatever icons you want, just add icons. So because it is a refer to add, so I just create a add icons. And now inside this code block, what I need to do, I need to create a one callback event handler. So let me create this create block click event, and I need to create a method, so that whatever event I can invoke this click event, right? So it's very simple, I already explained everything my previous session as well. So it is very simple, like see, I just create a block, and inside what I just create a callback function, and I just invoke. So whatever click event I can invoke, and that I can use it in our parent component. So it is simple. So that's almost done, except this component is visible on if should visible or not. So that condition I need to prepare over here. So it is like I can decorate with this if conditions. So let me decorate with if condition, and I also need to input one more this input field of visible or not. So let me get it this. So this is done. So let me rebuild and changes. So this is simply a component which I created for a add button. It will appear on this parent component. Okay, so as of now nothing. So let me add this here. So go back your home component, and go where or go to on top and remove this hello world. You can just call this add component here, and just use this component and save it. And once you save it, if you'll go back, now it is calling just component name, right? But it is not calling actually my button, right? Why? It is very simple again, because by default it is false, visibility false. So what you need to do, you just use this visibility, so that that add add button will be visible once a grid is visible, right? So that's why I use same show list visibility flag. So let me save it, go back. Once you save it, now you are able to see this add button, right? And inside, once I click, nothing is there. So that once I click, I need to open one form, add an update form, where I can put their name, description, and also put that image, so that I can add, update our data, like blog data, right? So this is fine for as of now. Now what I need to do, I need to create a form, right? Add edit form. So I need to create another component for that, so that I can use anywhere. So let me create another component, a razor component, and let me add it, or just edit edit component, right? So let's call whatever, add edit or add update, whatever, right? I will do this add and edit form. I will reusable, so that once user want to add, so they can use it add, and also if you want to edit, so they can use same component actually. So let me create it and rebuild. First we will just stop this. Okay, stop this application, and yes, add edit, right? So here what I need to do, I need to create a forms, right? So whatever forms I need to create, first actually I need to create a one card. Okay, so before that card, actually that form, actually let me show you, so that you can better understand what I'm trying to do. So if you click this add button, so see, it is this inside, this is a form, but inside form actually I wrap it with this card, so that it's look feel like another card inside, one card inside this form, so that it's look feel is a better, right? So go back to here. First I need to create a card, so I will use that Fluent Fluent UI card as well. So let me this. Okay, I just put some styles, but don't worry about that. This is a simple style. I'll just explain what is that style. And let me close that Fluent UI card. So this is a component. Okay, Fluent UI component of card component. Okay, and let me bring this to, so that you can able to see easily. Okay, now see, this is card, and once I save it, so definitely you will see that block section in our UI. So I'm not going to show again, but that take some time. Actually also will that video session will be take a long time. So once I implement, then I will show you. Okay, now what I need to do, I need to create a edit form. So how we can do that edit form? It's very simple. The edit form actually given by this Blazor application. It is not actually that Fluent UI. Okay, so this edit form I need to use for Blazor application, Blazor component. And what I need to do here, I can specify the model is the part of this edit form, and I can specify my model, as well as what I will do, I just create on invalid submission. or on valid submission. So I will use that once it's valid, so you can just click the valid submission, and I can create a our that no that events as well. So whatever events, I just pass it over here. And also I can use this as of now I just specify what I will create it this uh, this model as well. Okay, and now what I can do, just close it, and inside this edit form I need to use my Fluent UI control. Okay, so my first control would be, it's simple, for this input text box, right? So see, I just use a Fluent text field, and here I just specify label as a block name, and placeholder I just put this, and it is a required field. Also the data binding, actually this is a two-way binding, so I'm using the binding by value, and then whatever value I just bind in this control, right, in this component, actually Fluent UI component. Similar way, as of now it is complaining because I am not creating this, so that's why, but don't worry, I'll just create, it's automatically gone. So same things, I need to create another one, that is called a description. So let me create same, but yeah, this time it is changed, right, Fluent text area, because description should be, little long, right? So that's why I used the text area, and other properties almost similar, and just bind it over here. And the last control will use over here again for text, which will accept our image URL. So see, it is again similar for Fluent text field, and just pass it to image URL. That is done. Okay, and finally what I need to do, I need to some space, so I can just put it one space over here. As of now, as per your convenience, you can just put a space or not, uh, you can just use yourself. But yeah, I'll just put it this space, so that so that both those are control, and then after that is space, little space, and then I need to put some button, right, one button, like that button actually, for save whatever data input, I can just save it, right? So that event also I need to create. So what I will do, I'll just create again another button, that's called is Fluent button, right? So let me copy the button, let me copy the button. Okay, there is some logic also I spent, so that I'll show you why I just created that one. So see, I just create a Fluent UI button, and it is simple, like appearance, whatever appearance you want, and just I put them loadings. Actually this button itself has a loading attribute, which we can just, if it is true, so loading will be rounding around, it's appearing inside this button, and once it's done, then it will false. If it is false, then it will close that button. And also I use the disable property, right? So this is important. So let me, okay, so it will complaining error, so that's why what I can do, okay, I think that is fine. Let me move it to here. Okay, so now see, disable, I just check three property, right? Whatever input property, you can just create another function, and inside that function you can just return back true or false, based on also you can use it. But yeah, for the demonstration perspective, I'm just use the simple way, like whatever property I just use it. Okay, and just check it over, it is a null or not. If it is null, so definitely it should be true, and it is true, that means the button should be a disable, it should not be enable mode, right? So, and also I just use the type as a submitted, and this is that, and the text, like whatever, if it is whatever I want to just new blog, so definitely that blog ID would be 0. So if it is greater than 0, that means it is update, user want to update, or if it is less than 0, so that means it is a create operations, right? So like this way, actually I'm just trying to create this edit form. And one more things, actually here this title, right? So one titles also I just use similar way, I will use that uh, label. So let me, before style, I need to use this label. So Fluent UI label, and here the page title, I just use that page title. And same thing I am using, right? Same model. Just you, if it is a update or create, I can just create a block and update block. I can put it over here. It's very simple actually for this here. And now what I can do, I need to implement now our model and the properties, right? So how we can do that? It's very simple. First of all, I just use that loading property over here. So I use that loading property which I use in here in this button. So first time it would be a disable, and then what I need to do, I need to create a visibility flag so that this component can uh, visible or true or false based on these flags with the use our parent component. And then I'll use add edit block, right? So I just create one event, right? So where is that event? Add edit block, create a new block. Okay, yeah, create new block, right? So that I need to just create new block. So what I need to do, first I just create a callback function of on save, so that whatever on click I just need to use that save method. Also I need to bring this model, view model. So let me bring that model, and on save then I just need to create this handler, event callback handler. So let me create that. Okay, so this one actually I just refer over here. Okay, on valid here, once I click I just invoke over here and callback function just created, and this callback function I can use in our parent component. So it's very simple. And one last thing actually pending, this model, right? So whatever input model we get from this parent component, that I need to declare as well. So first of all, what I need to do, I just create again as a parameter here. So I just create this parameter, and this parameter I need to use anywhere, right? So all the place I just use this parameter. And one last thing actually, just pending that another button I required. If you see in our demo, so there is a back button as well, like it says create button and back button. So I'll I'll need to create one more button for back button, so that if I don't want to create something, so I can just click back, so it go back to our main page, like list page, right? So what I can do, just simple again, I just create another button, like for example Fluent UI button on click, and this as of now it's not created. I will create it again. I will create a callback function for that, and then I can invoke this function as well. So let me create this callback function for this click event, on click event, and then I need to invoke. So let me invoke that. This is simple, right? So this component has ready, and also I can just remove and don't require this extra things. Okay, now it's ready. So let me call this component in our uh, home component, right? So let me call over here, what is my component name, add edit component. Okay, and just close this. And now here what I need to do, I need to call that visibility flags, right? First of I need to call the visibility flag, and this visibility flag I'll just maintain our parent component, like at the rate show model. So leave it as of now. I will just create this property in later. And now what I need to do, I need to pass that add edit blocks, right? So this is the input parameter. So whatever in a model I need to pass over here, I can use this model, right? So as of now also I don't have this property, so let me use this. So I will create this property as well. And what others I need to implement here, and let me check. Okay, on save button, right? So this is that event which is I created in our child component. and here we can use that, this that save block, right? So let me create a save block, and then finally I can use that cancel click event, right? So that cancel click event, again I just can use that back to the list event, right? So component are ready. I can just mention all the inputs on events, and now I need to create those property, right? So first I will create the show model. So the show model just very simple as of now, as we have already done previously. So as like show list, I just use, if I show model is true, so my show model will be visible, right? So let me save it. And why it's okay, so there's some issue actually. So if you create it in later, so it will not actually reflecting. So what you need to do, just specify again. So once is done, show model is done. Now second things, I need to create edit block, property, right? So let me create this edit block property over here, and it is again, now see, edit block also it's maintaining, something is not maintaining, but yeah, sometime is maintaining it itself, that is fine. And now I need to create a save method, right? So let me create that save method. It's very simple. Let me create a private save method here and close this. So this is save method, and this save method actually returning this blocks, right? So whatever total blocks, block model. So which we have, invoke in our this component, so that I can get it from here directly. And once I get, I need to put some logic over here. Okay, so what would be the logic? My first logic would be I need to extract, that I need to convert actually this block, whatever view model, to blog entity, because our service actually accept the and domain entity, right? So that's why I need to convert to domain entity. So first I just convert to domain entity. Then what I need to do, I need to just create one conditions for that, like this, right? So if and else. So what are the conditions? Suppose I want to, in same method I need to handle add and update, right? So if it is greater than 0, then I will update, or it is less than 0, then that means it is add, right? So I need to call a service. So what is my service here? Block services. So let me call this service here, await that service dot I want to update over here, right? So let me call it that update sync, and here expecting two parameters. So one is blog.id, and first is id, whatever id you want to update, and then you just pass it to domain entity, right? See, the blog entity is a domain entity, that's why I just converted over here. So let me pass it to blog entity. That is done. And finally I can just show as a message. So once it's up, successfully save, let me bring back here. Okay, so once I update successfully, I can show this message, right, as a information message. So similar way I can do for this edit add addressable dot add create, and here I just simply pass to domain entity. So where is my domain entity? This is my domain entity. You can pass it over here, and that's it. And finally I can show that message once is update created successfully. So title would be add block. So that is done, and finally I can use this. I'm missing something, yeah. So dialect service, inside dialect service I have this, show informations. So save it, and finally what I can do, this is done, right? So let me build, see, is there any issue or not? Okay, there's a missing, right? So backlist also missing. So that I need to implement. So how we can implement? It's very simple. Again, go to down and just create a one backlist function. Okay, it's adding more. Okay, so the backlist function, I missed something. Okay, so let me close this save method, and after that we have to use. And here what I need to do, I need to backlist, right? So backlist functionality, what need to do, once I click back, so whatever component, right? So all the components should be hide and only show this, this two component, right? Means add blog button and as well as the grid. So that I need to handle over here. So I guess I need to create one common reset function so that I can handle whatever reset, right? So let me create one more function over here, and here I need to reset something, right? So let me reset whatever property we have as of now. Like we have a show model, we have a list, and then also I just need to null our blogs data. So this is a reset function. So that reset function I need to call first in our here. So call this reset function first for whatever backlist, means everything should be reset first, and then what I need to visible, that I can just over here. So first I need to load that, our load data which will we have created in last session. So where is that load blocks, right? So this is a load blocks. Let me call this first. Once is load all the blocks, then I need to show the visibility flag of this grid, right? So this is done, and this is calling also done. Okay, now I guess it's completed my implementation. Let me build again. Okay, now build succeed. Let me run. So once I click, so it is appearing my form, but it is not actually hide, right? So go to code and just check your component, go to your add edit component. So here actually I miss one part, right? Because see, I use it visibility flag, but that visibility flag I am not handling over here. So I need to handle that visibility flag, uh, this whole component, right? Whatever component you want. So let me add over here if condition, add if and visible, and just start over here and just close to here. That's it. So let me go back and let me check again, like add back. Now this time is no component is there, right? So additional component. Okay, so this is done, this add also done. Now is pending that edit one, right? So once I edit, nothing happening, right? So that I need to implement. So it's also very simple implementation. Go back to your home component. Here that edit functionality is there, and also it's nothing. Previously it was just dialog box in last session. So what I can do, I can just implement this. It's very similar way. I need to call that service of get service so that I can get the data of blog service and get the ID. So I can get all the blogs, all the blog model based on this ID, and that I can bind in our model, right? So I need to convert it to this model. Where is that model? This model, right? But this model actually view model, but I'm getting the data from that domain entity, right? So that I need to convert again. So what I can do, it's very simple conversion I need to do. Yeah, if you don't want to like this conversion, so you can just use automapper, which I has created separately in my in my channel, so you can watch out that or check out that one. And now once it's done, you can just simply, you can just use this assign to your view model to your entity, whatever view model. So conversion just assign to here, and then simply what I can do again, I can just reset my call this reset one. So this is again, I can just reset everything. Let me call that reset, and then whatever we want to show, that I can show it over here. So I can show our only just show model, right, our that added it model. So that is done. Now go back to your here and let me check it is expected working as expected or not. First check the add again, just angular and just a description of that angular, and then image, just use that no image as of now, and just create. Okay, so go back. So now see it is creating but without image, right? So that is fine. Once I click the edit, so I can able to see same data whatever I just put it, and just I can use it, let me copy every content and just paste it over here, and then also change to angular 17. And now this time I will use my images. So let me copy one image URL and update. So it is update successfully with 6. Okay, go back. Now you are able to see this, but image is not populated. Why? Let me go again. Okay, this image is not populated. Okay, let me do again. Save, go back. Now image is not populated. That means it is not saving properly. So that means some issues, right? So go back to your model. Let me figuring out what is the issue, why image is not saved, right? On edit side, so go to that edit one here, on edit, just bind in whatever here, and then while saving, let me put the debugger point here, and go back to you here, edit, and just change it to image and update. Now check whatever model we have received. I just receive everything properly. So why it's not saving? So some issue I guess then in service. So if I change it to here, okay, it is fine. So let me go to your implementations here, call that update one. So here let me check whatever data, yeah, data is properly over here, and then why it's not. Okay, if it is existing, okay, this is existing URL. Okay, now here is a missing. Actually I just my service is not actually updating because I'm not mentioning that data, right? So what I can do, it's very simple. Existing product dot image URL to block URL, that's it. Save and continue. This time should be update properly. Save, continue. Okay, back, and I am able to see that image as well. So this is done for this session, which is I complete add and edit. So now in upcoming session we'll complete, also we'll see that view as well as delete, right? So till now, thank you, have a nice day, and don't forget to subscribe, like and share.